About that. What's y'all, man? Oh, y'all want me to keep going for another hour? I could do the intro for another hour. I got some other songs I ain't play yet. Yeah, I've been trying to get my intros around 18 to 25 minutes. When it's pushing 30 minutes, that means I'm a little bit late. If it's pushing an hour, holy. Anyway, what's cracking with y'all, man? Big Ack in the building. Welcome to everybody on Rumble. Welcome to everybody on YouTube. And of course on Twitch and even on Facebook, man. Somebody said play them shits. Y'all do not want me to play music for. Somebody said play Blues Clues. Yeah, no, I'll play Blues Clues. Play Carnival. We're gonna talk about Kanye in a little bit. Do I need like a napkin? I can't have the liquor dropping on my keyboard. That's how I break on my keyboards. All right, I know what I'm gonna do. This is ghetto. I'm gonna use my long sleeve to soak up the liquor. This is ghetto. I swear. It's all good though. All right. Perfect. We do have a few topics to discuss today. Actually, I was about to stream last night, but it's actually better if I stream today. We have a few topics to get into. First of all, Kodak Black being released. We got to react to that Fox News Trump-esque shit. We have a few other things, including just random topics, not necessarily rap. As I said, rap has kind of been slow, if you ask me. But let me see if I can find some of this rap shit. How are y'all doing now? Let me know how y'all are doing. Somebody said, how we hip hop, but we played no music on stream. Well, if I played music on stream, like niggas would be like killing me. Okay, so we kind of hit a lot of things on our last stream, which is like 2 days ago. Did the MGK stuff. We didn't get into the FTX stuff, but that's not hip hop. We didn't really talk about Yeet sales. Yeet dropped an album and he sold about I think 62 or 63,000 records. Should probably talk about that a little bit. What does it mean? We'll get into that a little bit. I spoke to Troy Ave. He's in prison at this point. Or jail. I'll let you know what's going on with that. Let me see what else. Am I missing some shit? Wants to act you on that bullshit today. Am I, yo? I ain't gonna lie. I'm drunk already. I'm drunk. So please, if you're in the chat, I hope nobody said nothing about me. I'm drunk already. So if anybody got some issues with me, please leave it out the chat. Actually, don't leave it out the chat because I'm on timing. Speak on Digga Dat. He just got arrested for smoking a CGM member. Damn, the niggas in the UK are getting it in. Okay. Do a stream with Yeet? I'll do a stream with Yeet. You want me to do a stream with Yeet? I'll do a stream with Yeet. The girl in the R&B shit gotta be staged. Or are you talking about that girl that artist brought up on stage? It's been going viral today. Someone said you be drunk by 10 a.m. I was drunk 3 times today, but I took a nap, like an hour nap in between, and I got sober again. So this is the third time getting drunk. YB back on Apple Music top 5. Okay. You want to start there? Wait, is my phone fucking? Okay. You want to start there? Not gonna lie, man. Y'all YB fans, y'all gonna thank me later. YB fans, I need an apology. Let's be very clear. I'm not saying YB got lazy, but there was a time that YB was dropping music and it was okay. Ever since Ack went back to the mountain, YB been dropping heat. YB is back. I'm sorry, and I'm not saying this on some narcissistic purposes, but let's be honest. Me and YB got back cool. I sat in his house while he played all type of tracks. Nigga was playing rock star music. I told him, I said, I don't want to hear that killer shit. He said, Ack, I'm not in the killer mode right now. I'm like, fuck. I guess you can't be in the killer mode. We're in the fucking mountains. But he's making better music. YB's back. No, YB. Hey, listen. I keep a spade a spade. I love when me and an artist ain't seen eye to eye, because when you start missing, I start hyping it up. I'm like, yes, this nigga can't get a hit. But I'm going to be honest with you, the last couple, actually, let's look at it. NBA YoungBoy. The last couple NBA YoungBoy joints been popping. I ain't going to lie to you. And I'm going to take credit because I'm a selfish motherfucker. I want to believe that he is now being inspired. And I really think, if you ask me where it started with Act a Donkey. Month ago, damn, it's been a month. So he dropped this the day I went to Gravedigger Mountain. Ever since then, every song been fire. Binks the Reaper, fire. Shot him in his head, fire. Fuck niggas, he's back on timing. Not gonna lie, I think I inspired YoungBoy. Which I think. No? It's okay. All right, anyway, let's continue. So we do got to talk about, first and foremost, I want to give some respect to Kanye West. Let's start off with that. Kanye West, not only did he deliver a #1 album last week, he's doing records at this point. And by the way, obviously, I'm not going to be unfair and like call on people like Drake or others to be like, hey, look what Kanye's doing because he's a legend. And in reality, it shouldn't matter if you're independent or not. At this point, what does Drake label do, right? I'm impressed by Kanye because he got out of his situation with Def Jam. He got out of his situation with that conglomerate. And he's dropping music now. And I'm sorry, I actually think this is what he would normally sell if he wasn't blackballed and can't really promote on all platforms. So you had Kanye West, who dropped last week. He dropped an independent album distributed by a company called Fuga, who later, they kind of, they kind of succumbed to a lot of pressure. So they said, oh, we want to take this off our platform. But he dropped it on another platform that was like either through Create or something like that. But the point is this: Kanye West, as an independent artist, went #1. Not only did he go #1 his first week, which is already it's marked in stone. His second week, he's actually expected to go #1 again. So Yeet, I believe, did like around 60-something thousand. Kanye did, or Kanye is expected to do, what is it, like 70 to 80K. So Kanye West with an independent album is going to be #1 for 2 weeks in a row. I'm sorry. We got to give credit to that man. Sorry. We got to give credit. Got to give credit. Okay. Yeah. There's some shit that I've seen on TMZ about him, but I do want to give him credit just for even, again, this is a luxury that I feel like he's afforded because he's a legend already. He doesn't have to prove anything to anyone. But one thing I do, I fuck with him for, I don't agree with what he says necessarily about every person or every entity. But the mere fact that Kanye West is free enough that even if they do take his music off from time to time, he could still drop an album and go #1. This shows you just what being a legend, what being a transformative personality, and also a historical legendary on a short list, a top 5 hip-hop artists of all time. If you disagree with me with that, you're an idiot. By the way, speaking of which, and since I'm a little drunk, I can tell you this. This is kind of like where, y'all remember the stream where like I found out, or like I had to like accept the fact that Boom was really in Walmart touching kids. That's one of the reasons I even like teared up, because I'm like, damn, like this is somebody who I like talking hip hop with. This is somebody who I enjoy. Like I've had many Kanye debates with him. I need to find a new Kanye debater with, because obviously I'm a Drake fan, but like I still love Kanye. But anyway, the point is this: Kanye West, just historically, because I think he's a top 5 hip hop artist. I ain't say top 5 rapper. Top 5 hip hop artists of all time. This is the reason why he could say whatever, still come back, still drop a classic. He could have his girl walking around and basically see through. Like, look at this shit right here. She basically did nothing, and he's still gonna sell records. So, congratulations to Kanye, right? I know y'all ain't see this, man. Or I know y'all did see this actually, but Jesus Christ, what the fuck is going on with Kodak Black? You know, I've had my critique of Kodak Black before, but I gotta acknowledge him and probably give him a little props. Sometimes the niggas you think are the dumbest, they actually play dumb just to catch a nigga who seems to be smart. And I'm wondering if that's the situation with Kodak at this point. Let me explain. Kodak Black has defied the odds. Kodak Black went on trial, literally went on trial for sexual assault. He went on trial for a federal case where he filled out that he wasn't a felon and he bought a gun. Then he went on trial, or he took it to the extent where he had the gun and he was trying to go to Buffalo, but he ended up in Canada. So he's crossing. This nigga Kodak Black has had so many opportunities to be locked away for years. Remember Gucci Mane? Gucci Mane at a certain point started doing bids. Kodak is the only nigga. And by the way, yes, Kodak has been locked up for like a year or maybe sometimes over a year. I'm not saying he's never like been incarcerated. But Kodak has been afforded way more opportunities than even Gucci or anybody else in the game. And I remember me being very skeptical of him calling this guy right here. Who's calling this thing his daddy, right? He's calling this guy his daddy. Let me see, well, this guy right here. So Kodak bought him like some car and calls this guy his father, right? He calls him daddy, literally. And I see why he calls him daddy, because this nigga's saving him from all type of shit. This guy's making sure Kodak don't get ever locked up. We hear that he's caught with coke. They do all type of shit. They're like, oh, it wasn't coke. It was crushed up. Oxycontin. Like, Kodak is escaping from the most shit with this guy. And this is why I think Kodak is a little bit emboldened to keep doing all the bullshit. Look at this. This is his lawyer, by the way, who he calls daddy. He says, in typical Kodak fashion, he just pledged to donate to the college fund of a 2-year-old and a 5-month-old, whose father was a Minnesota officer killed recently in the line of duty. Expecting a second son this Friday, he knows how important family is and hopes it helps relieve some burden. So they're trying to do PR. So Kodak donated $15,000, which, by the way, congratulations to Kodak. I'm glad you're in the donation mood, but we also got to believe that this is self-serving. You're donating to the police after the police locked you up, right? You're trying to clean that image, but it's all good. You can't look a gift horse in his mouth. We also heard a day ago, his lawyer once also says, federal probation is terminated with time served. In the Southern District of Florida, Judge Martinez, right, dismissed all substantive counts, and Kodak pled to sole violation of failure to report police contact. Time served, and he should be released by tonight. So if you don't know, Kodak was like locked up on like almost these phantom charges. We didn't know what he was locked up for. Like, what the fuck was Kodak locked up for? We, of course, heard about the drug case that he caught, but we don't know what happened afterwards. Then his lawyer proved, it wasn't, they did a whole bunch of stuff to be like, it wasn't, here we go. As stated when this new case was first filed, this was not cocaine, and the officer was lying about his observations. Now, here's the thing about this. A powdery substance being found, the cop is going to put whatever, but it has to go to a lab, right? So, again, I'm not sure if it's the cop is lying. Like, I think any human being with a sane mind, if you find a powdery substance around someone you're going to incarcerate, around their nose, mouth, or anything of the sort, you would think that motherfucker is on cocaine. So, anyway, that's what he was charged for, but apparently the lab report of the samples that was confiscated came back and said it wasn't cocaine. It was Oxycontin, which Kodak Black had a prescription. Now, I have a lot of questions about this. Is Kodak snorting Oxycontin? Does anybody even do that? Does anybody break down pills? Like, say you get a pill, do you like fucking crush it up and snort it? I thought pills were supposed to be like ingested orally, right? Oxycontin, I don't think it's a snorting type of drug. But anyway, somehow he kind of got out of this. And let me keep reading. Knowing that the officer substantially misrepresented his observation, the Broward State Attorney Office still filed the charges. Unbelievable and it will not be tolerated. This level of abuse of power by the arresting officer is disgusting. We will be seeking a new bond hearing and addressing these unethical practices by the police department. Okay? Now, let me stop here, and I'm going to say this, and I'm going to say this in a vacuum. This isn't about Kodak Black, but I want to say this in a vacuum because I've been around a lot of musicians that, yeah, and let me just say this. Half of these musicians are certified junkies. I don't care what their lawyer says. I don't care what they say. They're all junkies. The majority of them. A lot of these gangsta niggas, they're all junkies. Here's the thing. They're legal junkies, though. That's the thing that you have to understand. Yes, they take coke. Yes, they take they sip lean all day. Yes, they pop 15 million perks. But they're rich. They understand that because this isn't like some fucking weed when weed is illegal, you could get a fucking doctor to prescribe this to you. And as long as you have a prescription, you get to basically take this substance in unlimited amounts. Now, I'm not speaking necessarily about Kodak Black, but I'm telling you about the realistic situation with the majority of rappers. Like, the majority of rappers these days, unless they're broke, they all sip lean, but they all have prescriptions. Do you get what I mean? They all pop perks, but they're not getting it from the perk man. They got prescriptions. You know, now, granted, is the prescriptions legit? Come on. You hit a nigga with $5,000 for him to write a fake prescription. Will he do it? Think about it. So, you know, these situations often arise where these guys are like, you know, either doing stuff with drugs or experimenting or doing extra shit. And then the police come and be like, no, you're abusing drugs. And then they come back and be like, how am I abusing drugs? Look at my prescription. It is what it is. You get what I mean? So we have to be cognizant of that. Am I speaking necessarily about Kodak Black? No. Right? And by the way, the reason why I wouldn't speak on Kodak Black's drug use, especially if it was Oxycontin, is because he got shot. Kodak got shot. And from what I understand about, let's Google the drug, right? I got to get, my bad. That's going to be one of my last songs. Oxycodone or oxycodone, which a lot of people call Oxycontin. It's a semi-synthetic, narcotic, analgesic, and historically a popular drug of abuse by narcotic abuse in population. Let's see what it's used for, though. Let's see. Apparently, there's some opioid shit with it. Okay. Let me see. Why is it prescribed? It is believed to relieve moderate to serious pain. So that's the main thing. It's a pain relieving medication. Do you get what I'm saying? It's a pain relieving medication, and it extends. There's Oxycontin extended release tablets and extended release capsules. They're used to release severe pain in people who are expected to need pain medication. So it's essentially a pain medication, right? Around the clock for a long time, who cannot be treated with other medication. It should not be used to treat pain that could be controlled by medication that is taken as needed. And it should be only used to treat people who are tolerant to opioid medications because they have taken this type of medication. Okay, all right. So it's the pain medication. Now, that kind of makes sense. Kodak Black, who got shot in the leg, and obviously, you know, he probably had to go to rehab, a lot of rehabilitation for his, you know, leg wound. Yeah. Makes sense why you would have an Oxycontin or oxycodone prescription. So it kind of makes sense. I'm not going to lie to you. Makes sense. Now, why was it in powdery form around his nose and mouth, as our officer said? There's two options. The officer lied, or, I mean, I don't know drugs like that. Maybe, shit, you know, you have a prescription for it. Maybe you could fucking press that shit into some other stuff for it. I don't know. Anyway. Regardless, this was his attorney detailing Kodak Black basically eventually getting his case dismissed because, you know, let me see, hold on, getting his case dismissed because pretty much they didn't have a legit argument that he had coke and they charged him for the wrong thing. And what ended up happening is that as soon as he got out of jail, and I never knew paparazzi to be in Florida, but apparently it wasn't paparazzi, it was just the press. This then happened. Let me see if I could pull it up. Where is it at? Where is it at? Am I tripping? No, not that. Not that. Not that. Not that. Not that. Here we go.
And we begin with breaking news. Rapper Kodak Black has just bonded out of jail.
And he got aggressive with Local 10 News reporter Rosh Lowe. Rosh is live at the Broward Jail in Fort Lauderdale to show us what happened. Rosh.
I've been doing this a long time, and let me tell you, this is one of the strangest things I have ever seen. Not only did he get aggressive with my photographer, Brian Murphy, but he actually started throwing rocks at this photographer. Simply doing his job, Kodak Black started throwing rocks. I want you to listen to this for a moment. Don't throw anything at our camera. Yeah. Don't throw anything at our camera. Don't throw anything at our camera. Call the cops. So what happened after that, and we have more audio that we'll play for you later tonight, Kodak Black threatened to punch me repeatedly. And, we didn't back down. We're simply doing our job, trying to get this guy coming out of the Broward jail, and you'll see him here. He's been behind bars since December. He was a violation of probation. He was actually free today. He comes out of the Broward jail. I walk up those steps, and there's Kodak Black. And the first thing, I was alone without a photographer. He threatened to punch me. And then our photographer gets up there, and you saw it there on the video. Now, I don't know if we have the capability to do this, but if we can listen to that sound one more time, I want you just to see.
Tonight we begin with breaking news. Rapper Kodak Black.
Okay, let me try to play the full thing. I think it's Local 10 News. Local 10 News, Miami. Let's see if you could. Let me see. Trying to get y'all the full video here. It's probably on YouTube, I guess. Kodak Rock. Today. Here we go. Okay, perfect.
And only a local
Served. And Kodak's been in custody.
Okay.
First at 5.
And good evening off the top.
Rosh.
Nicole, and these rocks hit my photographer right in the ribs. This was serious. You know, it is very usual in our profession to interview people coming out of jail, especially noteworthy people. What is unusual is what happened today. Rocks being thrown and threats being hurled. Don't throw anything at our camera. Kodak Black. Don't throw anything at our camera.
Rush, call the cops.
Just out of jail.
That's when you wake the Kodak bell up. I've been hibernating, chilling, bro.
He has been chilling in jail since December, but he accepted a plea deal, pleading guilty to a technical violation of his probation. The judge sentenced him to time served. And Kodak's been in custody since Plantation police reportedly found him passed out in a Bentley with drugs on him. You want to punch me?
I ain't standing you, woman. I ain't standing you.
Okay, I'm not going to back down from you, Kodak. I'm not going to back down from you.
My son about to be born in less than 48 hours. I ain't worried about y'all, homie.
After throwing rocks at our photographer. And look at that again. I wanted to get your side and say hello to you, and you threatened to punch me.
I did.
Threatening to punch me. Don't threaten to punch me again. You understand what I'm saying?
You know what I mean?
You understand what I'm saying? You want me to call the cops on you right now, Kodak?
You know what I mean?
You want to threaten to punch me again on camera?
This how I'm living, how I'm living. It ain't nothing like you seen on BET.
Kodak sings his way out of jail.
All right.
Just like that, he's gone. But the damage is done. As you saw there, a truly bizarre situation. Once again, my photographer being hit in the ribs by those rocks, and he simply...
Yo, you know this nigga about it. Well, not him, I guess the photographer. They're definitely going to sue.
Doing his job to bring all of you at home these images, trying to get Kodak Black to explain he's a public figure, what it was like being in jail the last couple of months. And one final note tonight, if you are curious, you heard my photographer Brian Murphy say, call the police, call the cops. Fort Lauderdale police were called, a police report was filed, and we'll keep you updated. We're live tonight in Fort Lauderdale. I'm Rosh Lowe, local.
Wow. Oh, so they did report it to the police. Man, I'm gonna be honest with you. You know, I keep trying to give y'all like an insight of how the majority of these rappers live. When you're like a very successful rapper, and this is what I'm telling you, there's levels to this, right? If you wonder why Diddy gets away or probably did whatever he did, allegedly, I don't know if he did it, for years, is that when you're really rich, and I'm even, let's start at the Kodak level, and obviously I'm not accusing Kodak of nothing that got to do with Diddy, but I'm trying to tell you this. Nobody says nothing to you. That's a fact. What you do is either people play catch up in trying to make sure you're good because you're the money getter, but nobody checks you. There's nobody who could check Kodak on his team. That's a fact. There's nobody who could check Diddy on his team. Once you get to it's a sliding scale of a lot of rappers and people in entertainment surround themselves with people that nobody could check them, right? And what that usually allows for is usually for a situation where you see somebody getting in trouble a lot. Like, okay, let me speak on Kodak, right? And by the way, again, I'm not accusing Kodak of nothing with Diddy. I'm just telling you it's a sliding scale. Every time I've been around a celebrity who's really up, bro, it's like they don't live on planet Earth. They make their own rules. They do what they want. They treat people where, I'm telling you, it's always like that. Here's what I'm saying about Kodak. Kodak is one of the people who, you know, historically, there's videos I can find on YouTube right now where he says, I'm managing myself. Now, listen, I'm not fond of like managers, especially who are just going to collect 20% and do a bunch of nothing. But a lot of artists, and I think I'm using a lot of names here and don't think I'm lumping all together, but I'm telling you about my experience with people who are on. Like, for example, 6ix9ine. 6ix9ine never wanted to be managed because 6ix9ine wanted to call all the shots. He want all the money. And fuck a manager. He wants people just to, when he says A, they do A. So a lot of times people usually say, what the fuck? Why don't he management, right? Let me show Kodak Black managing himself. Like, I think he made an announcement one time. He basically says he not finna, like, he don't got no manager. Says he has no man. Maybe it wasn't a YouTube video. Oh, that's money. Hold on. Sorry. Okay, here we go. Okay. January 21st, 2021, Kodak reveals, oh my God, they're trying to fuck me over with this. Sorry, hold on. Remember it? And by the way, you're going to see a lot of these things kind of like combine itself. When C Murder was trying to get with Kodak, like obviously Kodak's a lit person who's generating a lot of money. These guys almost try to slide into a manager perspective. And a lot of these new artists, they don't believe in managers, bro. You know why? Because the managers that they know of don't do anything for them. I don't need you to go collect wires or sign contracts. I could do it myself, or I could have my business manager do it, or I could have an assistant do it. Why would I want to manage? Because usually what happens in the game is, and I'm going to tell you why I'm bringing up management with Kodak, right? Let me actually start with that first. The reason why you see Kodak here, like he just got out of jail, and there's no, like, Kodak is a high profile, we want to say, are we going to call him an A-list rapper? Do you call him an A-list rapper, or you want to call him B-list? At minimum, a B-list rapper, but still one of the premier rappers in the game. It's no way Kodak Black, who has one of the best attorneys in the game, he's calling the nigga daddy. They know he's going to get out. You're telling me Kodak doesn't have management and everything else that's gonna have like a fucking sprinter picking him up, security walking. There's not even gonna be an altercation with motherfucking the press. Yo, watch out. We gotta bring Kodak in. Yo, they know exactly when, like, these are jails. Like, they're not just letting people out at any fucking time. They have certain times when they let people out. So if Kodak knows he's getting out, his lawyer knows he's getting out, his team knows he's getting out, why is Kodak out here just chilling dolo? And this is one of the reasons we're seeing a lot of problems with Kodak, if you ask me. Why is Kodak sleeping in his Bentley because he's drunk and he can't call somebody to say, bro, come get my car, nigga, I'm lit as fuck. Bro, get my car, drive me home, make sure I'm good. Why is Kodak having to do all this shit himself? Now, again, I'm telling you it's not partly, it's all his fault. I don't think that Kodak is putting the pieces around him to help himself. It's no way that Kodak should be looking like this when you're that up as a celebrity. Do you understand what I'm saying? Like, again, bro, we've seen, do y'all remember when Diddy went to jail? Like, and again, I hate that I keep bringing up Diddy, but remember when Diddy went to jail for hitting that nigga with a kettlebell in LA County? Bro, there was like a fucking caravan that followed him to the jail. There was helicopters, this and third, and when he got out, you never even seen him get out. You know why? His whole team was there to make sure they fucking blocked everything that the press could cover of him getting out. His lawyer made sure it was in secret, and they got him out and got him out of Dodge. My thing is this. This is how you know, like, bro, Kodak ain't a regular nigga. If you got to get out and call people like, yo, y'all about to come pick me up. I'm free. Yo, where y'all niggas at? You don't have the right team around you. You paying these niggas hundreds of thousands, if not millions of dollars, and they're not operating. And again, I'm not going to blame them because I know niggas like Kodak. Niggas like Kodak don't allow other people around him to do their job, or don't allow people around him to, I won't say necessarily put him in check, but do the things necessary to prevent these situations, right? Just think, and do y'all understand what I'm saying? Name another celebrity. Did you see Chris Brown when he just got out of jail just be like, yo, where y'all niggas at? Yo, where y'all at? Where y'all down the street? Yo, I'm out here with like niggas filming me. How the fuck is Kodak just here?
In our profession.
Now, here's the thing. And whoever his team is, and I do know his team, and his team texts me all the time because they just sent me this goofy ass shit saying, hey, he donated $15,000. Bro, listen, that's not going to cure the problem of what people are talking about. If you his team and you texted me like the PR thing, at this point, you're late. And again, I'm not really personalizing it, y'all, because I know I speak to y'all a lot. But think about it. Y'all should have been there to pick this motherfucker up and get him out of Dodge. Not there to, oh, okay, now he's back in the news for bad things. The police has been called again. Let's now try to donate to the police benevolent association that maybe he could look good. How is Kodak Black getting out of jail and you don't see nobody with him? What the fuck is going on?
That's when you wait the
I thought this nigga was with him behind him, but it says EMS. That nigga wasn't with him at all.
That's when you wake the Kodak bell up. I've been hibernating, chilling, bro.
He has been chilling in jail since December, but he accepted a plea deal, pleading guilty to a technical violation of his probation. The judge sentenced him to time served. And Kodak's been in custody since Plantation police reportedly found him passed out in a Bentley with drugs on him. You want to punch me?
I ain't standing you, one.
Look, you have this guy here, he's EMS. I thought he was with his team. This shouldn't even happen. This shouldn't happen.
Okay, I'm not going to back down from you, Kodak. I'm not going to back down from you.
My son about to be born in less than 48 hours. I ain't worried about y'all, homie.
After throwing rock.
This is the mess. I'm sorry to say. And I got to blame Kodak primarily because here's the thing with Kodak. Yo, Kodak, you have to put those things into place. Put it like this, and I'm using a little bit of my experience. Hey, I've been in this industry for over 10 years. I think we're approaching 15, right? Whether y'all want to believe it or not, academics, like before about like 2-3 years ago, I've never had an employee. I don't pay nobody. Basically, everything that happened, Big Act was doing himself. But it gets to a point where, like, you get to realize, well, these days, 55 people want to talk to you. These people want to inquire about shit, blah, blah, blah. I had to hire people. I had to hire people to try to make it easier and also understand the flow of how things are happening, that it could be easier for yourself. A lot of these guys, and I'm speaking directly at Kodak and 6ix9ine, who are anti-manager, you see them in situations like this. And I'm gonna be honest with you, maybe you don't need a manager because nobody wants, like, I keep telling y'all, rappers are the cheapest motherfuckers on earth. So you know why niggas don't have managers? Niggas is like, wait, so I make $1 million and I gotta get that nigga 200,000? Fuck that. That nigga ain't shit. I'm the star. Nobody, like, that's how artists think. Or they be like, wait, I get a $10 million check and I gotta get that nigga $2 million? Fuck that. That's how artists think. Like, artists are the most selfish people on earth because they look at it at the end of the day. Without me, none of y'all would be here. However, bro, you got to get like a team, get an assistant, get this and third that could make sure that you're okay, brother, because this was just a bad look, if you ask me. Very bad look. And, you know, doing it in post to try to like, oh, we're donating doesn't really do it justice. I think there's some more footage. Here we go.
He's been behind bars since December. He was a violation of probation.
Let's see if I can find, there's some additional footage, I believe.
Strangest things I have ever seen. Not only did he get aggressive with my photographer, Brian Murphy, but he actually started throwing rocks at this photographer. Simply doing his job, Kodak Black started throwing rocks. I want you to listen to this for a moment. Don't throw anything at our camera. Don't throw anything at our camera. Don't throw it at our camera. Call the cops. So what happened after that, and we have more audio that we'll play for you later tonight, Kodak Black threatened to punch me repeatedly. And, you know, we didn't back down. We're simply doing our job, trying to get this guy coming out of the Broward jail, and you'll see him here. He's been behind bars since December. He was a violation of probation. He was actually free today. He comes out of the Broward jail. I walk up those steps, and there's Kodak Black. And the first thing, I was alone without a photographer. He threatened to punch me. And then our photographer gets up there, and you saw it there on the video. Now, I don't know if we have the capability to do this, but if we can listen to that sound one more time, I want you just to see what Kodak Black was doing. Can we listen to that again? If we can't listen to it again, you heard it the first time. He picks up a rock and he just chucks it at our photographer. You know, this is very interesting. This is
Yo, let me say this also to Kodak Black. Man, yo, with all due respect, you're one of the luckiest artists in history. I see why you call your lawyer your daddy, because of course only daddy could keep getting you out of trouble when you're clearly doing shit that's not helping your situation. Kodak Black doesn't stay out of the way. He doesn't involve himself in nonsense. It seems like he's always doing things that's going to put his freedom in jeopardy. And I got to be very honest. Kodak is one of the niggas. I don't know if he'll ever learn until he gets a sentence 5 to 10 years. Because he's got incarcerated a whole bunch of times, but he's only locked up for like maybe a year and a half. And he never learns. And again, I'm not saying you're going to come out like Gucci Mane or something like that. But I do believe that when you're coming out and you're still as ignorant as could be, right? If you are like, you know, he's taking most court proceedings as a joke. Like, y'all see the thumbnail for the stream. His daddy keep getting him out of it. Kodak in court.
I was waiting on Mr. Goodman.
Good morning.
Good morning. How are you?
Please. Go ahead. What we going
Now, I don't want people to get this misconstrued. I'm not hating, and I don't wish jail upon Kodak, but I do want Kodak to understand that, with all due respect, Gucci wasn't this lucky. No other artist was as lucky as you. You're getting yourself into so much trouble that you're doing minimal and nominal amount of time compared to what they would have done. So again, nobody wants you to be incarcerated, but at a certain point, we gotta look at you like, motherfucker, how much times are you gonna get in trouble before you actually realize that, nigga, you're luckier than most and your luck might run out at a certain point? That's, I think, the only thing that I think Kodak doesn't understand. If you ask me. Bruh, Gucci was not this lucky. Think about the people who have served a lot of time. Give me some more names. Give me some more names. Give me some more names of people who have served a lot of time in prison or jail. Who y'all said? Someone said Yak is untouchable. Somebody says, oh, he reminds me of DMX. Well, I'm going to be honest with you. With all due respect, I don't think that's a flex. Like DMX, you know, and I want to be very careful saying this because I have a tremendous respect for him, but DMX went outside for the latter years of his life. DMX was a shell of his former self, and his addiction and also just like, you know, penchant to being involved in some of these like ridiculous situations that always involve the police really put him in a bind. Kodak is a new Kanye? No, not even close. Somebody says YoungBoy. I'm going to be honest with you. I don't see YoungBoy teeter the line of going to jail this much as Kodak. Not even close. Somebody said Vaughn got arrested 30 times. Well, Vaughn got arrested like when he was broke, like a bunch of times. When he got on, he got arrested pretty much once, right? Like he got arrested once and then he passed away, but he wasn't like really out here doing the most. The thing also with DMX, we forget, like there were stories of DMX supposedly and reportedly overdosing, and y'all remember when he supposedly had passed away, or like he like technically may have died like in a parking lot, like just like passed out because of some overdose shit, and they brought him back to life and whatever the case is. DMX didn't seem like he was having a ball, and I think we look at Kodak, you know, DMX at that point was like in his 40s, 50s and shit like that. We're looking at Kodak, who's still, like, you know how old Kodak is? How old is Kodak Black? Kodak is 26 years old. And he spent just off and on, like, in the last, like, 6 to 8 years, probably maybe about, like, 5 years incarcerated. I mean, I just don't get it. I literally don't get it. Vaughn might have been the feds by now, with all the shit he was talking, y'all. No, he would have been in a RICO charge for the death of FBG Doc. He would have. You do know that Vaughn was the name that was supposed to be the head of the O Block indictment, right? So who knows if, you know, because, you know, we don't know exactly how the filing went, but you do know the feds hinted towards, hey, listen, there is someone that all these guys were indicting, we're reporting to, but we can't charge him because he's dead. That's exactly what they said in documents. So Vaughn, if they would have went through with the case while he was alive, he would have been charged and seen as the head of an organization, which is the Oblockians, right? Somebody said Chief Keef went to jail more than Yak at first. Y'all heard some crazy story about Chief Keef. I don't even know if it's true. Like, I heard a crazy story about Chief Keef. And I've been covering Chicago for this long ass time, and like this shit boggled my mind. I'm serious. It boggled my mind that this could even remotely be true. I feel like I want to tell y'all the story, but I don't know if the story is like already known or maybe it's not known, and y'all gonna be like, yo, why you snitching? Like, you know what I mean? It's not snitching. But I heard like some crazy story. Somebody said, how I been? I've been good. If I tell a story, am I going to come across as hating? Now, I do have sources of, I could tell, which I usually won't give my source up. But like, I've heard this reiterated from multiple people, and I was like, damn, I covered the war in Chirac this whole time, and I never knew this. Like, it was like new information to me. Somebody said Chief Keef is your Oblachian goat next to King Von. All right, I ain't gonna say it then, because yeah, this story actually means, like, this story will make you would realize that there's King Von, and then Keef is a goat musically and culturally and a lot of other ways, but King Von, you got King Von and Chief Keef. Chief Keef is not King Von. King Von's a certified killer, maybe a serial killer. Chief Keef is not that. And I ain't gonna lie, I thought Chief Keef was the biggest killer known to man. So when I heard this, I was like, nigga, what? Nah, I can't say it. I can't say it. I feel like y'all know the story. I feel like y'all know the story. Well, the people who know. But I was shocked because, like, this never became a mainstream story. Somebody said, well, why bring it up? Oh, yeah, we didn't play that. Oh, yeah, we're going to react to that G Herbo video. Remind me. We're about to do it after this. No, I heard some shit, man. I heard some shit. I want to get my Chief Keef interview. I feel like if I tell the story, the Chief Keef interview is out the window. Nah. Keef, I love you. Keef, I know you love me and I love you too. Let's get the interview going on. I mean, maybe I would ask him the story in the interview, but I can't say the story before. Nah, I can't, bro. I just can't, bro. I can't, bro. No, somebody says, Act, don't tell me some bati boy shit. No, it's no gay shit. Why? Chief Keef is like the furthest thing from gay. Okay, I'll give you well, let me see if y'all know the story. It's the story of, because I always said, why Keef never really went back to Chicago? And I've always said, in my mind was, oh, the nigga had mad warrants for, like, child support, because we know that nigga had like 15 kids. He's not paying for nothing, right? And then it was explained to me a little bit different, like, no, that's not why Chief Keef never went back to Chicago. And actually, the bigger reason is that as much as Chief Keef was clowning the GDs and blah, 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 the real reason why his relationship with Chicago is fractured is because of his own gang. The BDs ran him out. And I was like, what the fuck? That shit shocked me. I didn't know. I didn't know. Somebody said, we know the story. Okay, so y'all know the story then. Yeah, y'all know the story. Somebody said, cooperated? No, never that. Somebody said, this is the boss top shit. Somebody said, I swear, no, this is not the boss. You see, y'all are such a great, like, y'all know how to try to bait a story out of me. Like, no, nigga, I'm not finna tell y'all this shit. Because I know what's gonna happen. Like, y'all niggas gonna, like, spam Sosa page, and Sosa gonna be like, yo, where you hear this story from, and why you bringing it up now? I'm not even trying to, like, you feel me? Somebody said, nigga, you're the one teasing the story. I'm just in shock because it felt like nobody knows the story. I mean, I feel like y'all know some of the story. Am I teasing a little bit too much? what could I say? Well, I feel like I said the important things. It appeared that, like, you know, the reason, because I've always wondered, I'm like, damn, I always just thought it was just on some Survivors type of vibe where it's like, yo, bro, you got out of Chicago, fuck all that shit, don't, whatever. But people told me, they were like, yo, why do you think Keef never really fucked with the niggas that was in Chicago who he was fucking with after he left Chicago? And I was like, Anyway. All right, next topic, man. Let's get to the next topic. What are y'all niggas talking about? What the fuck? Okay. Oh, Dirk's dropping a single. Okay. I'm not about to tell the Chief Keef story, bro. Well, no, I think y'all know it by now. But I also feel a little bit lame by kind of mentioning it and not like telling y'all what I heard. But also, like, you know, I don't want to. I think it's probably been water under the bridge. I don't want like Chief Keef having to come respond to like what I'm saying, and it's just because I heard it from another nigga who, I don't know if the nigga even liked Chief Keef or whatever, but they're like, yo, this is just Chicago common knowledge that, yeah, you covered the war in Chirac, you just know, but like everybody in Chicago know this why Keef like really dipped out type shit. And I was like, oh, that kind of makes sense because the timeline matched. Okay. Schoolboy Cuban dropping all week, y'all said? Somebody said Beats by Sosa. Yo, Chief Keef at this point is a legend, man. Like, you know, I think that's the great thing about it. Somebody said, are you spreading op rumors? Nah, I've kind of heard it from people that kind of, like, who are neutral to him, too. It's not people who don't like him. Okay, y'all want to hear the story? All right, man, y'all niggas is hell. Okay, this is a story I heard, right? They said, listen, and the only reason I even take this story with any grain of salt, because it kind of matches up to the public events that I didn't understand at the time. They basically said this, yo. What happened was Chief Keef got rich. Chief Keef moves out to like the suburb part of Chicago, but Chief Keef's a BD. What happens is a bunch of BDs, like, they hit Chief Keef up saying they need Chief Keef to pay some shit in terms of like legal fees or bonds or whatever the case is. And Chief Keef like just was like, what the fuck? Like, nah. Like, he was basically not trying to do it. But instead of like, you know, respectfully declining, and apparently like if you watch the timeline, this all supposedly makes sense. And I went back and watched, I'm like, damn, this did make sense. Chief Keef goes online and fucking starts flexing money and starts saying shit that you wouldn't know, but they would know. Like, yeah, like, I'm broke. Like, he start flexing money saying he's broke. So you got all these head BD niggas like, didn't we just ask, oh, are you playing with us? Okay, what happened afterwards, they sent a bunch of niggas to run up in Chief Keef's crib. They run up in his, remember there was a whole thing that there was a situation in his crib in the suburbs? They supposedly ran up in there, allegedly took a chain, took a bunch of shit. And essentially what happened, it got sorted out later. The stuff got returned. So this is not no diaper bandit shit. Like, shit got returned. But it was on some shit where it's like, at this point where like niggas is, you know, like, that's a fractured relationship. Nigga, y'all running down on me. Like, y'all running down on my crib because, you know what I mean? So once he dipped out to LA, he just chilled out. That's what I heard. I think that's probably what y'all probably know, right? Which I thought it was more the reason why he doesn't go to Chicago is legal shit. And they're like, no, bro, him and a lot of the BDs, especially from the O Block area, they don't get along. And it came from this rift where shit got critical over they feeling like he was stunting on them when they wanted some shit from him, but he was on some shit like, bro, like y'all niggas asking for too much. And yeah, it crossed the line when they ran down in the crib, because that was news to me. I didn't know it was BDs that ran down on him. I thought it was like the ops. They said, no, it wasn't ops. It was actually niggas who fuck with him, but he was taunting them, acting like he wasn't finna contribute to, like, other niggas is going to jail. Like, bro, you know what's going on? That's what I heard, bro. Okay? Somebody says, yo, you watched the whole video on this. Did I? No, I did not. You're lying. Really? Lil Durk, Beef, Chief Keef. No. Did I watch a video on this? Is it this? What video is it? Tell me. I'll watch it again. No way.
Chief Keef and Lil cut off his hair so he couldn't. Okay. I'm back, bitch. Yeah, I'm back, bitch. But he never.
That shit false. That shit came from a hating ass op.
And allegedly stole random things like deodorant and Keef's daughter's diapers too. And Keef wasn't making any industry.
What type of video was it? Somebody said I uploaded to my channel? No. According to what I heard, no. See, this is new information I'm telling you I heard they had taken chains, but those got returned. As I said, allegedly this was like some BD politics. Basically on some shit like, nigga, we don't give a fuck. Because my whole thing was, I thought Chicago was just like no respect of, like, you know, people who came before and everybody, there's no OGs. And they're like, nah, there's a little bit of OGs. Yeah, this is one of the situations where the OGs, some shit happened. Yes, Keef got his, like, see, I don't want to spread rumors. They say Keef got the chains back, but I think there was some transaction that happened, right? So, like, some shit did happen, but Chief Keef got the chains back. Now, I don't know if this is the same incident as the diaper bandit. That's the whole thing I'm hearing. Like, because I hear the diaper bandit shit might be a little bit different, but this shit was like, this was like some BDs who were locked up. It was tight and mad as fuck. Like, let me see if I can find the video. Chief Keef broke counting money. He went on Instagram Live the next day and was like, yo, I'm broke. And like he's counting money type shit. Man, this is so fucking long ago. Yeah, this is so fucking long ago. Says he's broke. Let me see. Chief Keef says he's broke. I don't know. Do y'all remember a video like that? Where Keef is like thumbing through a check and be like, yeah, I ain't got no money, man. Y'all niggas stop asking me for bread. I'm broke. But he's counting out money type shit. You feel me? That's what I heard. You know what I mean? Again, we could fact check this shit up now. All right, let's watch this.
When the Chicago police arrived on the scene, they spotted Lil Durk attempting to hide a loaded .40 caliber handgun inside of his Hyundai Sonata and immediately arrested Durk on the spot. Less than 2 years prior to this, Lil Durk was arrested and charged with possession of a
Somebody said, were you teasing story? Bro, you know half of the shit I was speaking on, nigga. Like, I was just literally reporting random shit. I didn't know what the fuck was true or not. This shit, I'm talking to actual people who are giving me context. And they're like, no, that's actually true. So, like, it changes my perspective. Half the war shot right, nigga. I didn't know what was what, nigga. I'm still like, I don't know why y'all think I was some Chicago aficionado, my nigga. I was just hearing things, and, like, if I heard it enough, I'm like, all right, I'll report it. Like, now I'm talking to the people who were there and who were involved. Like, it's completely different. It's night and day, right? So when they're saying, no, this would actually happen, of course, I'm like, what the fuck? Like, I didn't know.
Firearm with a defaced serial number. According to multiple reports, back in October of 2011, the Chicago police were doing the usual patrol through Lil Durk's hood when they came across Durk chasing another individual through the streets. When the cops began to ended off the year by being sentenced to 90 days in a rehab facility in Malibu, California. Upon being released from rehab, Keef returned home only to find O-Block requesting $7,500 in cash to bail out an incarcerated O-Block member by the name of Trey 5. Trey 5 was arrested on November 11, 2011 for aggravated battery and discharge of a firearm. He was being held in the Cook County Jail on a $250,000 bond and had been sitting in there for over 2 years at the time. O-Block claimed to already have around $18,000 for the bond, which is why they asked Chief Keef for $7,500, giving them $25,000 in total to bail out Trey 5. Keef made it seem like it was no big deal to give them the money, claiming he had just recently spent the same amount on shoes, but when asked to actually give them the money a week later, Chief Keef said he threw it all in the club and ended up not giving them a dime. This soon resulted in a situation that would change Chicago drill music forever.
Oh, never mind. This shit was known.
On March 26, 2014, Chief Keef was ordered to appear in a Chicago courtroom in regards to one of his many legal troubles at the time. While at court, members of O-Block such as Boss Top and OJ, along with some THF 46 members, allegedly broke into a home in Northfield that was being rented by Chief Keef's former manager, Uncle Ro, and Keef himself. The group was armed and allegedly went through the entire house, stealing a wide variety of designer clothes, bags, and shoes. It was also reported that Boss Top even stole Chief Keef's daughter's clothes and diapers, along with laundry detergent and deodorant.
Okay, my bad, that's my memory. Yeah, this is the incident, yeah. I didn't know if Boss Top was a part of it, but I heard there was other people. But all I hear was that niggas kicked the door down and niggas ran in there. Niggas was armed and everybody in the house was lacking. Like, they had the up on him. That's what I heard.
While this was taking place, one of the people inside the house, rumored to be Brandon Zerer, aka Twin City CEO, based off these tweets, called 911 and reported that there was an armed robbery at the home. Then, moments later, Chief Keef returned home from court where Boss Top would allegedly snatch Chief Keef's iconic Johnny Dang piece off his neck.
Oh, this is a story. My bad. Chat. Yo, chat, it's been a long time since the war in Iraq. It's like almost 10 years now. Like, I can't forget shit. I was reporting in real time. Then I don't remember this bullshit. Damn. Yeah, this is kind of how they told the story. Fuck.
O-Block OJ.
Yeah, they took one of the chains. That's what I heard. But I heard the chain guy came back though.
Called 911 and reported that there was an armed robbery at the home. Then, moments later, Chief Keef returned home from court where Boss Top would allegedly snatch Chief Keef's iconic Johnny Dang piece off his neck, while O-Block OJ would reportedly snatch GBE.
Yo, is Boss Top free? I need to get that nigga on an interview. Is Boss Top free? He ain't go down with the O-Block 5, did he? Boss Top free, right? Somebody say, yo, you watched this video? I watched this video a year ago? No, I didn't. Bro, why y'all acting like I'm like some forgetful person? Stop playing, bro. Boss Top free or he locked up? Somebody click the link? What link are you talking about? All right. What are you talking about right now, though? I watched it last year. Wait. Oh, I did watch it. Yo, I'm an idiot. Yeah, but last year, I thought this shit was make-believe, my nigga. Like, yo, do you know, like, how much bullshit be online? I be thinking this shit's make-believe. Unless Chicago, the only nigga who I know is telling all the facts is Chicago Scene 88. When that nigga said so-and-so did it, that nigga did it, okay? I don't know how that nigga's so good. That nigga did it. He's the most reputable nigga in Chicago, period, right? I probably watch this thinking, nah, this shit sound like comical. Like, what the fuck? Nah, this shit hitting, though.
To appear in a Chicago courtroom in regards to one of his many legal troubles at the time. While at court, members of O-Block such as Boss Top and OJ, along with some THF 46 members, allegedly broke into a home in Northfield that was being rented by Chief Keef's former manager, Uncle Ro, and Keef himself. The group was armed and allegedly went through the entire house, stealing a wide variety of designer clothes, bags, and shoes. It was also reported that Boss Top even stole Chief Keef's daughter's clothes and diapers, along with laundry detergent and deodorant. While this was taking place, one of the people inside the house, rumored to be Brandon Zerer, aka Twin City CEO, based off these tweets, called 911 and reported that there was an armed robbery at the home. Then, moments later, Chief Keef returned home from court where Boss Top would allegedly snatch Chief Keef's iconic Johnny Dang piece off his neck, while O-Block OJ would reportedly snatch GBE Capo's Jesus piece. This would escalate the situation to an entirely different level when a 33-year-old man and associate of Chief Keef by the name of Terrence Smith was unfortunately shot during this altercation. After the shots were fired, the group allegedly stole Chief Keef's silver 2010 Jeep Grand Cherokee and fled the scene. Chief Keef and the other Glow Gang members inside the house then rushed Terrence Smith to the hospital, where it was determined he would luckily survive his injuries. When questioned by authorities, nobody said a word, which resulted in no arrests being made, but officers in the Gang Enforcement Division released a document stating that the Black Disciples are having an internal conflict and listed 3 photos of the persons of interest.
Oh, never mind, Chad. I'm mad late. You're right. I didn't think this was known. Now, somebody gave me an in-depth breakdown, and I know they, like, I don't want to, like, implicate the person, but the person, like, when they're saying it, they knew it. And I was like, word, this happened? And the whole time, everybody keeps saying this to me about the Warren shot. They be like, nigga, why you playing dumb, nigga? Nigga, I don't remember this shit. Nigga, you know how much stories I covered in the Warren shot, right, nigga? Why everybody think I remembered all the bullshit? I did not remember this shit. I thought the Boss Stop shit happened at another time. Okay, I'm tripping. So Boss Stop was part of that. Oh, I gotta get Boss Stop on a pod. I just want to know what he was thinking when he was digging through the diaper bag, like what he thought he was gonna find.
In the situation, with one of the people being Tyree Davis, aka Boss Top. The official document stated, officers assigned the Gang Enforcement Division have received information that an internal conflict has arisen among members of the Black Disciples. On March 26, 2014, there was an attempted murder and home invasion in Northfield, Illinois, in which Black Disciple Keith Cozart, aka Chief Keef's associate Terrence Smith, was shot. This incident is believed to be related to the internal conflict. A silver 2010 Jeep Grand Cherokee belonging to Cozart was reportedly stolen during the above incident. A possible offending vehicle is a gold or silver minivan, unknown maker model, with Tennessee.
Yo, sliding in a minivan is crazy. Respectable.
License plates. The following factions of Black Disciples may experience internal discord: O-Block, Lamron, and Brick City 600. Chief Keef didn't say much publicly about the robbery until 3 months later when he released a series of tweets stating, "I clothed you, B, put money in your lint ball pockets. I tried to glow you up. See, it worked. You don't look dirty no more. I'm nothing like these guys, but we look alike. Way higher form and fashion, and I'm loyal. I was giving lil dirty folks clothes. And money. I'm talking hundreds. Get them ones up out of here. Folks, they stole KK clothes out of her room. Detergent, deodorant, and all on blood."
Okay, that's why I thought it was a different time. Because I thought when he tweeted this, it just happened.
They stretched that all right. Montclair's, earrings, Robins, Trues, Gucci bags, Pellies, Louis Vuitton coats. I can go on and on. But when I found out, I bought it again. And then ends the discussion with, "I gave you the glow so you can eat, not try to compete. Little dirty GD, folks." Chief Keef would also
See, he said GD though, he didn't say BD.
Later called out Boss Top by his real name by tweeting, "Tyree Davis stole this too," with an Instagram link to a now deleted photo. Keef would later do the same thing to his former go-to producer Young Chop by tweeting out, "Old stuff Tyree Pittman stole while I was in court one day," with another Instagram link to a now deleted photo. Shortly after this revealing Twitter rant, Lil Durk and THF Basie would post a video to social media taunting Chief Keef and GBE Capo by wearing Capo's stolen chain, while posted up in front of a TV.
Wait, what? Durk was taunting Keef?
Keef would also later call out Boss Top by his real name by tweeting, "Tyree Davis stole this too," with an Instagram link to a now deleted photo. Keef would later do the same thing to his former go-to producer Young Chop by tweeting out, "Old stuff Tyree Pittman stole while I was in court one day," with another Instagram leak to a now deleted photo. Shortly after this revealing Twitter rant, Lil Durk and THF Basie would post a video to social media taunting Chief Keef and GBE Koppel by wearing Koppel's stolen chain, while posted up in front of a TV playing Chief Keef's Close That Door music video. At the end of the video, you can even see Lil Durk pointing to Chief Keef's chain on the TV and saying, "We got that too." A few weeks later, Chief Keef moved to Los Angeles, California, and hasn't returned back to Chicago, ever since he was betrayed by those he once called family.
Yeah, this is accurate. Yo, I watched this a year ago. Yo, I gotta stop drinking. God damn. Let me look at this nigga's channel a little bit more. This nigga was right on the money. This is exactly what I heard. Fuck. Let me see. What's the latest? Oh, this thing ain't put up a video in a year. Is he dead? Who's the nigga running this page? The Vault. Is he around still? It's kind of sad I got active niggas is dead because, like, you don't know what's going on. Yeah, he ain't posting since 2022. Damn, hopefully alive. Fuck. So once the God act, you act so clueless. Why y'all think I'm acting clueless? The crazy story behind NBA YoungBoy's arrest. The sad story behind his overdose. Vaughn said it on live? Did he? King Von, Chief Keef. Let me see.
Like, say we call him, nigga. They gonna give it to him, right? So we say our homie booked the shit. His bond 25,000. We got 18,000. Ooh, we need 75 more hundred, right? So the nigga said, oh yeah, that's all y'all need. Ooh, I just spent that shit on shoes. Ooh. We right. Why you say it like that though? Now we call him again like a week later or something. Damn, what's up with that money, gang? Like, oh, you know, we trying to get folks out.
Vaughn.
Yeah, how much y'all need? We need 7,500 and shit. Ooh. Now this is a minute ago. So now you get that. Folks get that. What do you say? Yeah, 7,500. I just do that shit in the club and shit. Ooh. So motherfuckers see folks. Motherfucker take folks' chain off his neck and shit. Motherfucker take folks' shit. To go get the bomb money.
Yo,
I'm a fan. I don't know.
Yo, there was something wrong with this nigga King Von, bro. Like, this thing was it was something wrong with this nigga, bro.
Clothes and all that other shit came from. Like, you know, that's just how people, like, with clout and shit, try to make other people seem bogus and shit or whatever.
What?
But it's really over some real shit, and nigga be out like a real hoe. You see what I'm saying? I don't talk to nobody. So y'all can say folks took folks' chain. Then we go try to, you know, and they ain't try to get us no money for it. So we still couldn't even bomb folks out. But the damn did already. It is what it is. Motherfucker know what I'm talking about.
Trying to put a grandbaby on your phone? You want me to call?
You're
gonna be out. You draw money. Huh? You draw money. Oh, yes, I'm gonna draw money. This is none. My money? No, right.
We try to go make some shit right with our other man. You know? Yeah. The Asian right here.
Did Boss Top ever talk about this? Boss Top talks Robin Chief Keef. It's mad federal. Oh shit. Why got it?
Right, because 2012, that's when Chief Keef dropped Don't Like. Yeah. And then I think that changed everything in Chicago, music-wise.
Yeah, for sure.
You know, because Chicago's always had hip-hop. You know, Common came out of Chicago, Twister came out of Chicago. But when Chief Keef did Don't Like, and then, you know, I guess, you know, you could say that's the start of drill rap at that point. I feel like the spotlight just went on Chicago and just never left. You know what I'm saying? And then everyone else started to kind of get their names after that. and kind of become stars in their own type of way. So you and Chief Keef, you had a relationship originally.
Yeah. That's little bro.
So you guys were good friends?
We still is good friends.
Still good friends.
That's still my dog.
And I want to talk about some of that. Because in 2013, and you and Fredo Santana are real close, right?
Yeah, that's my boy.
And you ended up signing to him.
Signing to him?
Is that right or
no? I ain't really signed with him. It's like,
What's up with the diapers gang?
You get what I'm saying? That should be the same thing. It's just me rocking with my homies, you know what I'm saying?
Okay, so you're rocking with Fredo Santana, and you fuck with Chief Keef, and then things went kind of left with you and Sosa.
Right.
He accused you of stealing his jewelry.
As they say.
As they say. Well, he did it. He went on social media, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, what's that about?
That wasn't about nothing. We got to the bottom of that, you know what I'm saying? Okay. So it's like, you know, I think Vaughn cleared that up or something. You know what I'm saying? So.
Yo, I forgot how hot these niggas were, and yeah, I think Vaughn cleared that up. Yeah, Vaughn just said you robbed a nigga, duh. What the hell? I remember this.
Well, you saying I broke in your house. I never did a burglary. What the fuck's wrong with you? I never stole no clothes, no baby clothes, none of that. Never stole your chain. You know, Boss T snatched your chain off your neck, little bitch.
Ain't that the chain? That's a chain.
These niggas the police. I grew up with half of these niggas. You niggas fucking snitches. If it ain't y'all, it's y'all fucking brothers. It's in your blood, snitch. Try to raw.
Damn.
Look at like the first wave.
He's just to his little group of friends and this and that.
He's a mumbler too. It's kind of hard to pick out what he's saying.
Yeah, he on some Sosa shit.
Yeah.
We done been up to his crib on plenty of occasions, like when Boss Top went up there with them guns and made all them jump out of windows and.
Wait a minute, let's hear this story.
Brandon,
man, because we always hear about the Boss Top O-Block, like why they might not be fucking with each other,
they really
right?
went in there and did that shit.
Tell me what happened. Since nobody else wants to tell this
shout out
story.
my nigga Shorty 6, I got to say him because that's how we really know Chief Keef and Dro and them like personally. Why was in their crib? Because my nigga a GD, but he was over there kind of like protecting them away from them BDs that was trying to like extort them or do whatever they was trying to do to him.
So Boss Top pulled up to Chief Keef's spot.
To his house.
About what?
Nigga, about some money that he ain't come with for. What happened? They had asked him for. It was all on the internet. They had asked him for some money to bond somebody out. I ain't gonna say who or whatever, but from O-Block. I ain't gonna say who it was.
Well,
I don't think it was Dirk. I don't think it was Dirk.
Oh, but there was that. No, okay, yeah, I'm thinking about
No, it wasn't Dirk. It was one of them over the O-Block.
Oh no. Like, Sosa was supposed. Dirk thought that Sosa was going to bail him out at one point.
It wasn't no rapper.
But then Dirk denied even knowing about that rumor on the Academics interview, which I thought was really interesting because there's literally videos with like 1 million views about.
Wait, did I ask Dirk about that? Yo, am I like a sped? Wait, Academics, which is me, Dirk, Chief Keef. Did I ask Dirk about that? No way. Did I ask him? Academics, Dirk, Chief. Hey, by the way, you know, since I'm out of my Spotify, you know I could put the whole Dirk interview up now. Should I put it? That's probably lame, right? Like, I could put a whole Spotify interview up on YouTube.
About that. Now, he's probably lying, but for me, if somebody makes a video with 1 million views about something with me, I'm going to fucking see it. Probably like
them
the day
boys
it comes
jumping
out
of windows. They made the white boy Brandon that was managing them at the time. They're still being shot out my white boy Brandon. You know what I'm saying? Be with Sosa and shit. Man, nigga jumped out the window. He called us. You know what I'm saying? What else could he do? He like, man, it's all these BD that came in there with hella 30s and got him. They trying to take his chain. They trying to do this and that. And, you know, it was crazy.
Wow.
We shot up there for him or whatever, but, you know, by the time they out of shit, that was a wild night that night. Sosa lived in the motherfucking white people neighborhood with a big-ass crib, big noticeable ass crib, and them niggas up there acting like they was still in O-Block or some shit.
Jesus Christ.
Wild as hell. Wild as hell.
So let me ask you this. How's the OnlyFans business going for you? You giving like financial advice and that kind of stuff?
Yeah,
the
OnlyFans good, bro. Like I said, like I get a lot of money off mentorships, you know what I'm saying? The OnlyFans, people still subscribing. Like I said, I got the...
All right, let's get to the bullshit.
All the people from DC that hate me because
you know, so I'm not mad.
They're gonna say you spend so much money on trainers.
So wait, so King Von never fucked with Chief Keef then like that? I mean, I think I heard him shout him out a couple times. Y'all got me going back down like the rabbit hole. Chief Keef didn't trust King Von.
Would say fuck OD, but that's my boy. You feel me? I'm from there. You know? But, whole block. Okay.
Oh, shit. All right, my bad. Going down the rabbit hole again, bro. Like, I'm back, chat. Okay, cool. Holy shit. What were we talking about? I don't even know how we got there. Fuck. Okay. Chat. Ooh. Give me a second. What the fuck did I Yo, it's so crazy. Yo, so let me really tell you about the war. A lot of the war in Chirac were people who really live there telling me shit and me just repeating it. I didn't know what the fuck was going on. I didn't even understand. Nigga, I've never been to Chicago. Like, I don't know where the fuck Lamron is in comparison to 63rd and motherfucking O Block. I don't know what the fuck this is. I don't know the landscape. I don't know, like, I'm not that in tune. Like, I know y'all look at me like, yo, I'm super in tune. I'm super good at getting information from people who actually have it. So I was just repeating shit. Like, nigga, I didn't understand half of this shit. I'm understanding more now. Y'all not gonna believe me. Y'all gonna be like, yo, Akio, you keep lying. You keep lying, right? Oh boy. Oh boy. Okay. What else was I gonna talk about? What else is in the title? Oh, I talked about Ye be number one again. Give me a second. Okay. So Dame Dash is actually in the news, which, by the way, I hate the fact that, you know, every time I talk about Dame Dash, it's always related to Rockefeller. Like, unfortunately, and this is no disrespect to Dame Dash, I haven't talked about a, you know, Dame Dash story that had nothing to do with maybe some ancillary connection to Jay-Z, and I think that's sad. You know, I know he's tired of talking about it, and, you know, if I ever did interview Dame Dash, I don't want to talk about what Jay-Z feels about him. I heard him say that multiple times. Like, bro, like, I don't want to talk about, like, ask that nigga about me. Like, why y'all keep asking me about him? And unfortunately, Jay-Z's just a bigger star, and Jay-Z does way less interviews, and Jay-Z has so much more going on that you would never ask Jay-Z about Dame. You would ask Dame about Jay-Z, which is unfortunate, you know? So anyway, it says Dame Dash is actually ordered to sell a lot of his Rockefeller shares to pay back an $823,000 judgment. Now, I got to be very careful in reporting this because we've also heard that, like, 6ix9ine stuff was going to get, like, you know, confiscated and auctioned off. And then we get to realize the nigga just filed a judgment appeal because he never responded to the initial, you know, lawsuit. So let's read through this and see if we can make some sense of it, right? So it says Dame Dash hopes of taking back Rockefeller Records, maybe Dash themselves. Okay, so they're trying to be creative. As the label co-founder has been ordered by a judge to sell his remaining shares to clear his 6-figure debt incurred 2 years ago. Radar Online, and let's actually go to Radar Online because they're the source it claims. Okay, here we go. Sorry, let me click this off. Embattled music exec Dame Dash was ordered to sell shares of his Rockefeller Records despite objections from co-owner Jay-Z, Radar has learned. Okay, the judge issued a damning verdict after Dash allegedly refused to pay an $823,000 judgment to movie producer Josh Weber, who successfully sued him for defamation and copyright infringement following a dispute over the 2016 film Dear Frank. Beyonce's husband, which is Jay-Z, and co-owner Kareem Biggs Burke objected to the auction. So basically, Jay-Z and Biggs, who also owned part of Rockefeller, do not want some random person owning Rockefeller. Like, even though they might not fuck with Dame, they clearly understand the value of this 3 people who owned it initially still owning it. Claiming the company bylaws mandate that the board of directors must approve of the sell-off, okay? They're saying in the 15-page decision, U.S. Magistrate Robert W. Lerberger shut down the claim and ruled that Dash 1/3, because he owns 1/3 of Rockefeller, is actually personal property that can be seized to satisfy the judgment. The question at the core is the instant dispute whether the RAF bylaws prohibition on transfer and sale of Dash 1/3 ownership and shares of blah, 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 blah. Okay. All right, let me get to some more interesting stuff. The legal scrum erupted from 2016 to 2018 when Weber and his Muddy Water Pictures fired Dame Dash as a film director. Dash, who claimed Weber hijacked the film, allegedly claimed it was his feature film, began shopping the crime thriller to outlets like BET under a new title called The List. Let's see if he probably talked about this. Let's see. Dame Dash. And by the way, there's, I believe, defamation here, so he probably said something. Dame Dash Weber. Let's see, Weber. We're probably gonna find something of him talking about it. Weber. He's probably talking about the director then. Who's the director? The director is who? Give me 1 second, I'm gonna figure it out. It's Josh Weber. Okay, my bad. Josh Weber. Okay, let me just search the title of the film, The List. Probably talked about that someplace. Can't really find it, not gonna lie. Okay, all right. So good. Anyway, so basically, it looks like they're trying to force him to sell. I'm wondering what, usually what happens if you lose a lawsuit, they then go through painstaking methods to find out if you have the money to pay for it. If you have the money and you have the assets to pay for it, then they could try to, approach a judge and ask the judge to put those assets into forfeiture mode in terms of liquidation and liquidate those to get payment that could, satisfy a judgment. Okay. Says, okay, they blasted Jay-Z and Berg because the duo adopted the no sell-off clause in 2021 during a board meeting that Dash didn't attend. Okay, so they're trying to auction shit off for my boy. Okay. Man, yo, I love Dame Dash as his mentality. Here's the problem with Dame Dash. Just tangibly, being a good business person or even being a staunch business advocate or someone like how Dame Dash, where he was moving and grooving in the business world, like basically like laying shit down and laying down the law, and a lot of people didn't like him. What you get to realize is that if people don't think you have a talent that is redeemable, if you're only a businessman, at least especially when you're dealing with the business of creatives like music, they feel they could do anything to you. And that's one of the reasons I've always been saddened for Dame Dash. His value is seen as limited to none for a lot of people because they say, hey, listen, we don't need the business guy. We need the talent. You're not the talent. You don't do anything. And honestly, I feel like if it was this day and age, you know who I think Dame Dash would be? I think Dame Dash would be I think Dame Dash would be whack 100 on fucking steroids. So I believe Dame Dash would have been a personality. He would have been, I won't call it P. Diddy because, Diddy did a lot of other things, but I think Dame Dash would have been so popular and so much the face of everything he had going on. I don't think a lot of the bullshit that they did to him back in the day would have happened. Everything he did back in the day was seen as him being obscene. Oh, yo, you're like bullying the staff. You're bullying and you're harassing people. I don't think that would have happened. I think people would have looked at him and be like, what the fuck are you doing? And I think that, I think if he was operating now, people would look at him and be like, yo, shit, we got to make sure we're in business with you. I think he would have been like, you see what Dana White is for the UFC? And like, you see how, like, think about it. Dana White isn't just the CEO of the UFC. Like, even though, you know, he had ownership, which basically got sold. Dana White is the face of the UFC. I think that with Dame Dash in this now media-driven, personality-driven like atmosphere, he would have been the face of whatever he was doing in terms of a label to send third, and it would make him way more valuable than I feel that he was in that previous era, because they all now treat him like, yo, bro, like, we don't care about what you got going on. All we know you for is champagne bottle popping and just like talking shit, but you never brought any worth. Besides maybe your business accolades, and obviously, yeah, you stuck up for a couple of artists, but after a while, people always forget those things and act like those things didn't matter. So I do feel bad for Dame Dash, and it's kind of fucked up. But yeah, they're gonna try to liquidate his. Like, it's interesting. I remember I forget how it went, but apparently it said when Rockefeller was breaking up, there was a deal that Dame Dash took where he could either own a percentage of Rockefeller, I think, or he could own a percentage of Jay-Z's masters. Let me see if I can find Dame Dash owns Jay-Z masters. I forgot. Or Rockefeller masters, I mean. Okay, Dame Dash reveals that Jay-Z disappointed him by offering him $1.5 million for his Rockefeller stake. Wow. So basically that 1/3 membership, let's see if we could go to it in here.
I'm Lacey with View It, and I am super excited to be here at the Healing up.
It on the blockchain. It's on a book, a comic book. Okay. You know, you don't even look at it, and you let your lawyer rob you and, you know, charge you $700.
Okay.
You don't understand it. Like, when you look at a contract, they start with the definition of all the words they're about to say.
Okay. So it's about to happen in a few seconds. My bad, I got to pick up something from my door. Hold on, you 1 second.
How much money you spend a year, you ain't gonna have too much in a month, and I quit as soon as you run out of money. So this is how we break the program. Teach people how to make money off of what they love. Remember when a gamer, you play video games all day, you stupid, this, that, and the third, you got anything. And now these kids is making millions of dollars playing games. That's what we're all supposed to be, making money off of what you love. We're programmed to have to survive doing stuff we hate. Just look at the shit. It don't make sense. So, you know, this is about breaking the programming, approaching things different, and see how you feel. You will not get a different result unless you do something different. This is different. Do it different, then complain. Until then, complain. And then complain some more. And don't complain.
So, judging based off of what you've seen on View It so far, how will View It change the entertainment industry?
It'll lead by example. Like, I'm using technology. It was a dream for me. You know me. I'm just like, as long as that shit works, we rocking. It doesn't work.
Hell yeah.
And we good. Because I got a lot. I know what it means to be able to do events and live streaming and people pay for them and be able to have people watch you do stuff and pay and, all of that stuff. I know what it is to have the ability not to do those things. So you know how happy I'm going to be to be able to do it, because I couldn't do that shit before. Now it's all here.
Now, when you have an online business, whether you're selling physical products or digital products or live events or NFTs, whatever you're trying to sell, the platforms that you sell your products on and that you're marketing on, those softwares you're essentially partnering with them. So how important is it to have transparent partners in business, including platforms? So, they're kind of a partner in your business because you're using their software.
Yeah, everything. I need to see everything. So yeah, of course, if you have something to hide, what you hide. So in every aspect of it, I need to get all the data, you know what I'm saying? I need everything, because that means a lot. And I want to know what every transaction, again, that's the purpose of being the boss, so that you know exactly what's going on. You don't have to just worry about what you're being told. And you don't want to have to pay people to go do forensics. If you've never put your own money up and had to not eat until what you put up makes you money back, if you've been, dependent on somebody paying you every day, it's a different mentality. A dog on a leash is way different than a dog that has to eat the food he kills to eat every night. It's a different mentality. I'm not a dog on a leash.
Yeah, that's probably my favorite part about this whole thing is we're moving into an era where
takes the leash off.
Platforms are, for the first time, being transparent by default. Like, by their foundation is transparent. It's kind of crazy to me that up to this point, transparency is not the standard. It's not what every.
Why would it be the standard if a thief is in control?
Exactly.
It's just gives new control.
Yeah.
Yeah. A thief. Why would it behoove a thief for you to know how he's robbing? Of course.
Yeah.
It was never meant for the artist to eat.
What percentage of revenue do artists see traditionally?
Like 10%, if they're lucky. After all the account, like 10% after whoever put up the money gets all the money back that they put up. Usually what happens, they just keep giving you more loans.
The legal, the accounting, all these fees
Everybody
stack
gets it
up.
back.
And it's hard to keep track of all that shit as a business owner too.
Nobody feels like dealing with that shit, bro. Period. It's not. If it doesn't have to be part of the game, then I'm not doing it. If you got to do it, you got to do it. If you don't, I'm not. So this makes it where I ain't got to do it.
Yep.
Period.
So what I really want to know, because the whole Web3 environment, crypto, NFTs, smart contracts, when you first get introduced to that and you fall down that rabbit hole, it goes deep. So I want to know what first got you into Web3. Like, was it an encounter? Was it a friend of yours saying, hey, you got to check out X, Y, and Z, look at this technology? First of all, what threw you down the hole? And then what clicked for you? What did you learn about it when you're like, aha, I get it?
As an independent, you're always looking for a path to get to your goal of being profitable, of making a lot of money without having to compromise. You're always looking for it. So either way, when I heard about it, I knew I needed to understand it. And what happened was two things. Someone threw a NFT, a show here with Lupe Fiasco. And one of the ancillary things was the NFT. And, you know, they did a live show and all this. So I was like, oh shit, this is actually going on. I didn't see a whole lot of money made, but I understood what was going on. But when I was offered a certain amount of money for my interest in Rockefeller Inc., which owns Reasonable Doubt, they offered me like $1.5 million, Jay-Z. And I was like, that's some disrespectful shit. So I guess I had to sell it someplace else. And I was talking to my cousin who knew this dude, Ron Sweeney, a lawyer, Ron Sweeney. And they were telling me it might be better to sell it as an NFT and all the things you could do with it.
You had a lawyer suggest that you should sell it as an NFT to get more revenue out of it?
Yeah, that's interesting.
Okay, sorry, didn't mean to interrupt.
What happened was I got the lawsuit because, again, I got accused of doing something I didn't to stop me from doing it. And then everybody just went missing. So I had to deal with the lawsuit on my own. I was like, that's fucked up. But from there, I guess exploring all the things and having to understand the laws and what I could do or what I couldn't do with the potential. Like if you read Bloomberg and all that, I set a precedent for things that are moving forward. And then, you know, I wanted to make a statement in that world. But as I got into that world, I started to see very quickly corporate trying to infiltrate and control the narrative. And it was starting to become more about the trading and the people that were somewhat like cleaning up their money than the artists really being creative and benefiting. And then when the shit happened with the apes, that shit really had me tight. So I'm like,
yeah,
now people are trolling, and the number one, you know, fucking ambassador for NFTs is a fucking monkey dressed up and all that. I'm like, yo, man, you know what I'm saying? Like, what the fuck is this? And I knew how it made me feel, so I knew how it would make others feel. So I was like, I gotta do something different to get the narrative, and I have to just show people that not only is it more than just, like a lot of people that know about NFTs don't even understand the metaverse at all. It's another level. And then there'll be the multiverse. There's always gonna be something. And if you're an entrepreneur, you just like to know shit so that you can make sure if it's right, you can teach it. So once I learned a little bit about this, I would go, I'm part of the OSG, that's 200 principles from economically compromised environments. And I was begging them to learn this so they could teach it to the kids first. And a lot of them became savvy in it, and now they are teaching it. So to me, it's my job to find out the shit that they try to hide from us. I'm a diabetic, so I make sure that firsthand when I find out something, I make sure my whole culture knows, from food on down, from therapy on down, economics. And I just try to say it in a language that we all speak. And also not tell people to do it if I'm not doing it.
Right.
So I think, you know, I have to lead by example. It's only right. So while I'm learning, I teach, I make mistakes. I'm not right all the time, but it's never a loss. It's just a learning experience. And, you know, this is the community that I've created. And this is the community that's going to be on Dame Dash Studios. And this is the technology that y'all have given me the opportunity to lease from y'all.
Oh my God.
You know what I'm saying? And this is what I've been in.
Oh man, let me see. They said the conversation was 29-23. My bad, Chad. I had to grab something. I fuck with my man Dave.
Show and all this. So I was like, oh shit, this is actually going on. I didn't see a whole lot of money made, but I understood what was going on. But when I was offered a certain amount of money for my interest in Rockefeller Inc., which owns Reasonable Doubt, they offered me like $1.5 million, Jay-Z. And I was like, that's some disrespectful shit. So I guess I had to sell it someplace else. And I was talking to my cousin who knew this dude, Ron Sweeney, a lawyer, Ron Sweeney. And they were telling me it might be better to sell it as an NFT and all the things you could do with it.
You had a lawyer suggest that you should sell it as an NFT to get more revenue out of it?
Yeah, that's interesting.
Okay, sorry.
But then what happened was I got the lawsuit because, again, I got accused of doing something I didn't to stop me from doing it. And then everybody just went missing. So I had to deal with the lawsuit on my own. I was like, that's fucked up. But from there, I guess exploring all the things and having to understand the laws and what I could do or what I couldn't do with the potential. Like if you read Bloomberg and all that, I set a precedent for things that are moving forward. And then, you know, I wanted to make a statement in that world. But as I got into that world, I started to see very quickly corporate trying to infiltrate and control the narrative. And it was starting to become more about the trading and the people that were so somewhat like cleaning up their money than the artists really being creative and benefiting. And then when the shit happened with the apes, that shit really had me tight. So I'm like,
yeah,
now people are trolling, and the number one, you know, fucking ambassador for NFTs is a fucking monkey dressed up and all that. I'm like, yo, man, you know what I'm saying? Like, what the fuck is this? And I knew how it made me feel, so I knew how it would make others feel. So I was like, I gotta do something different to get the narrative, and I have to just show people that not only is it more than just, like a lot of people that know about NFTs don't even understand the metaverse at all. It's another level. And then there'll be the multiverse. There's always gonna be something. And if you're an entrepreneur, you just like to know shit so that you can make sure if it's right, you can teach it. So once I learned a little bit about this, I would go, I'm part of the OSG, that's 200 principles from economically compromised environments. And I was begging them to learn this so they could teach it to the kids first. And a lot of them became savvy in it, and now they are teaching it. So to me, it's my job to find out the shit that they try to hide from us. I'm a diabetic, so I make sure that firsthand when I find out something, I make sure my whole culture knows, from food on down, from therapy on down, economics. And I just try to say it in a language that we all speak. And also not tell people to do it if I'm not doing it.
Right.
So I think, you know, I have to lead by example. It's only right. So while I'm learning, I teach, I make mistakes. I'm not right all the time, but it's never a loss. It's just a learning experience. And, you know, this is the community that I've created. And this is the community that's going to be on Dame Dash Studios. And this is the technology that y'all have given me the opportunity to lease from y'all. You know what I'm saying? And this is what I've been envisioning and dreaming about. Now I'm just dreaming about the world understanding this. That's all. And then we're going to eat. We're going to chop and we're going to chew.
So we were talking about it a little bit off camera. Do you think right now in the current market, when we look at influencers and small businesses on Instagram and TikTok, Twitter, do you feel like everybody's kind of out for themselves right now? They just want to grow their own following, their own network? Because to me, a really big benefit with View is like you said, we all get to participate together. You know, if you got a product, I can grab that affiliate link and I can start making money for you while making money for myself. I can be a part of your network. You can give me a little bit of spotlight, or I can do my own channel and get some of your, you know, so do you see that right now in the market?
You have to have something tangible to sell. So I don't think people understand the power of coming together, but hopefully if they see it happen, they'll do it. But again, you got to break it down in layman's terms. You know, you're making this much money on your own platform. If I put some of my work on your platform, you'll make this much more money. If you put some of your work on my platform, you'll make this much more money. Period. Some people talking money, some people talking video games. You just got to figure out who you're talking to. But at the end of the day, people like to be a part of something that's already doing well. So you kind of have to be doing well first for them to be like, could this work? Because you know, if this don't work, man, this ain't gonna let me back in the house. So you got to worry about those that are worried about the others that are keeping them where they're at. They have to have another option. If you give someone the option to have to be told what to do and not feel like they have ownership, but they make a certain amount of money, or the ability to be free and make more money and do it whatever way you want, or even to make the same amount, they're going to choose the way that they like the most, which is to be free. It's like if you ask any person that sells drugs, if you can make $1 million selling drugs or selling books, what would you choose? They choose books, but all they know is drugs. You understand what I'm saying? They just doing what they know. So it's about what that person knows. I have to make sure they know. And that's what they make sure is that we don't know. None of this shit is taught in school. There's not too many Web3 curriculums in school right now. Or curriculums about paying taxes, or curriculums about coding, or curriculums about owning a team, even though you're playing for one, hurting yourself at a young age.
And it doesn't really help that news channels, whenever the market goes down, they're like, oh, crypto and the technology, Web3 is all dead, yada yada, and they put a lot of fear into people just when the market goes down. But they're missing the whole perspective, the whole principle about the technology. This isn't about an NFT. This isn't about a coin. This is about the technology behind all of it.
The problem with newscasters and people in presses, they just read what they're given to read, despite what their opinion is. So if you're trusting someone to tell you something that they're reading off of paper, it's kind of on you. If you're reading off a teleprompter, I don't really trust what you're saying. I want everything that I do to be honest. And this is the purpose of approaching things this way.
I'm personally really excited to see your network get built out and the community that you're going to create that you already have. But
it's getting my community to understand what we have the ability to do. So yeah, as you see, I'm hammering down on Tajay, Healing is Gangster, because I'm like, bah, everything we spoke about doing, we could do now.
And tell me a little bit more about that specifically.
Healing is Gangster is therapy. He does therapy for me in a language I understand, and I suspect that's what the rest of the world, at least the people that have had the same trauma as I've had, they need it in this voice. So my job is to make it cool and to make it accessible to people. The same person that's been helping me for the last 5 or 6 years will directly help you, period. And you'll be able to actually have a session with her. It's going to cost.
Right.
You know, the man got to eat. So it's going to cost. But what I'm saying is, yo, this worked for me. I'm not selfish about the plug. I would love for more people to be balanced, because that's will make it the less people I have to fight or fight for. You understand? The smarter everyone else is, the easier my job is. So my job is to bring people that want to evolve to a place. If you want to know about mental health, you'll get it from Taj or whatever language you need it. If you want to know about health is wealth, we have that as well. But right here, this set right here is Healing is Gangster. But the great part about it is, if we have to do a Blue Rock set, we could just change stuff up, and now it's a Blue Rock set. We got to shoot a movie in here, do a show. This shit is anything. It's like digital. It doesn't cost much. But anything we want to do, we can do here. So we'll be doing therapy from here. He'll be doing his show from here, the Dame sessions, and then there's Healing is Gangster with other people. Then he'll be able to talk directly to him, group sessions, all type of shit. Then you'll be able to put that on somebody else's website, and they'll be able, if they get the sale on their site, then they'll get a piece of it.
Exactly. I think he would really benefit from a channel as well, so he can, like you said,
he's gonna have a channel. That's what everyone that does that has their own channel.
And then, you know, if I ever want to share it, because I'm like, if I'm watching, if I purchase that for, you know, a few $100s, and I'm like, wow, this is great information.
Just gonna send it on a text.
That's it. Copy and paste. There ain't no, hey, download this app, and then you got to click 5-10 buttons to get into this part of the app to then grab it.
And it's free. You get it for commercials. You can pay for it. All type of shit. You know what I'm saying? Thank you. So this is what I've been talking about. I feel like I manifested it by visualizing it. I'm prepared. You know, I'm ready. So is the rest of the world ready? Yes, they're ready. And if they're not, we'll make them ready, just by making them clear.
But like you said, we just have to be able to deliver it in a language they understand, not this Web3, ERC20, Ethereum contracts, and then talking on all these coding languages like Solidity or,
it can't sound like a Clubhouse talk or like a Twitter talk. You know what I'm saying? That's the shit to be like, yo, man, unless you're brilliant, you're not going to want to speak. I've never seen so many artists turn into intellects in my life.
Were you using Clubhouse during the pandemic? Yeah? Did you like it?
I mean, I did a talk on it. We sold it out. You know, or rather, it packed out, whatever. Yeah. And then I do something. I do the Twitter thing too, every now and again. Again, I want to know what people are saying. I'm gonna talk to everybody wherever they want to listen. So yeah, we on Clubhouse. Jocko, one of the principals, has a show on Clubhouse. Rocky, Health is Wealth, and does the book. She had a show on Clubhouse. You know, everywhere that you could be heard, we're gonna be, you know, relevant in the beginning. But then once everybody does it, then it gets played out. But now we can do our own Clubhouse. You know what I mean? So whoever was at Clubhouse, meet me over here at Dame Dash Studios at this channel. And now we can see each other. We can make some money together. It's about linking up and then chopping chewing.
So let's say I'm in the studio.
Thank you.
And I'm working on a mix, I'm working on a beat, whatever it may be. And I'm like, you know what? I'm sure Dame will really have some good insight on what I should do right here to make this perfect. If I want to get a hold of you on a face-to-face, just for 2 minutes, pay a few $100, is there any way I can do that right now?
It wouldn't be a few $100 for Dame Dash, but yes, if let's say I was into that, and anyone that wants my opinion, if you got a couple of grand and you feel you want to talk to me direct, you would be able to have that conversation with me. But you might want to talk to someone that's affiliated with me or somebody you respect about the same thing, and you could have a consultation. You could, if let's say Taj wants to give therapy, you could give therapy. If you want some advice on how to take care of your child support, you can have that as well. If you want to talk about education with a person, you could do all, it's so many different ways. It's just subject to the person and the ways they want to, like, you know, package up whatever information they want to give. If I want to, like I said, I'm going to do the Blue Rock. We have live shows here. You can buy tickets. We're going to tape it. What I'm going to do with Taj first is I have a rock group I'm in called Black Guns. And the first album is called Therapy. And every song is related to some form of therapy for me. So there's always been Fataj to talk me through it while I go through the songs and have a live performance. So it's therapy and music at the same time. We're going to tape that, rather we'll live stream it. People will be in the audience, and then people will also be able to buy it while they see it. You understand what I'm saying? But they'll also be able to see it at another time as well. So they'll be able to see it on demand, watch it like a show. They'll be able to see it live from their house or live in the physical. They'll be able to buy all the ancillary verticals that come with it, the NFT, the merch, you know, whatever it is that goes with it. And, you know, that's how we're going to launch it. And I'm going to do that once a week, like a residency.
So there's a rapper that I saw, I believe it was Tory Lanez, but he made an album and released it as an NFT. Did you see that?
Yeah, of course.
And he was going crazy about it. And he was like, why would we need labels anymore? Why would you need X, Y, and Z anymore? How do you feel? What's your perspective on how he did that NFT album? And do you think the market really might start heading in that direction if people start getting prone to this technology?
Yeah, why wouldn't they? If an independent can find a way to make money without having to go through a corporate and you could maintain and retain all their rights, why wouldn't they? Yeah, definitely. You know, just because the crypto and the NFTs is going down a little now, it don't mean it's not going to come back. So I suggest people practice right now.
Yeah, right now I think it's a great time for coders to start getting, you know, educated on languages. So as soon as we all start going back up, I mean, like you said, it's being prepared for when that moment happens. So then you can get on the boat and take right off with it.
Yeah, or at least sound savvy about it. You know, it's cool to be intelligent about things too. You know.